Hello everybody, I really hope you're all well. Thank you all so much for stopping by the DHSimulations YouTube channel. You're joining us today on the return sector from a Bristol to Palma rotation. I've flown here off records just before. I'm now setting up for the return flight back to Bristol. We're operating today the Tomjet 9 Lima Mike service today back to Bristol on board Golf Tango Uniform India Alpha 2E's 787-8 Dreamliner. This flight was operated in the real world on the 3rd of May. So then, let's jump inside the flight deck. So you can see we are getting set up pretty much nearly all done now. I've already put the route and the departure in. We just need to board some fuel, board our passengers, start the APU, and off we go. So down to the tablet, and if we go to dispatch, we can start to load figures into here. So we are taking 200 passengers back to Bristol, which gives us a payload of 22.4, so 22,400. Fuel today on the way back, we're taking 15.5 tons, and that should give us a zero fuel weight of around 144, is close enough. So we'll set the fuel tanks and we'll set the payload, and we'll now go over to performance, and we'll leave that there just for now. But what we can also do is copy FMC data and just leave that as it is for now. So then, we are departing out of Palma 06 right. We're departing on the Draga for Romeo departure, I think that's how you pronounce it, and that takes us on our departure routing. So it's off 26 right to Drago, and then it's Papos, Romeo Echo Sierra, is that Exit? I don't know how you say that one. Carez, Arbeck, Rebel, Uskar, Mopas, Gurum, Gonop, Manek. Oh, actually, let's close the doors. Close. And then, yeah, as the route proceeds down to Bristol. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. Initial climb, we'll put about 6,000 feet, but on VNAV as well. Right, we're going to get some performance done, so that we've got that there handy for us so we can just go. I should have already closed that door. I don't know why it's still moaning at me. Anyway, it's 17 degrees outside, so we'll put that in. And it's 1014 is the QNH. And the wind is 100 at 3. It is dry, optimum flap 5 is fine, and so we can go ahead and calculate. We can then send, I don't mean to, I just clicked that, haven't I? Have to do it again. So it's 100 at 3 on the wind. Temperature is 17 degrees, and the QNH is 1014. 1014, so we can go ahead now. We know all that's correct, so we can let's calculate. There's our speeds, so we can send them to the FMC. We'll go ahead and accept them, and there's our speeds. So 142 is the V2, so we'll put that in there. Fuel's all loaded up, so we can put on the fuel pumps and turn on the seatbelt sign. We can now go ahead and start the APU as well, because we are just about ready to go. So that's starting up nicely. Let's go ahead and check our oxygen again. Just make sure that's okay for the departure, which it is. Fantastic. So, we can also close the flight deck door now. We'll go ahead and do some checklists, I think. So, if we go back to the... nope, it's not that one. It is this one. Oxygen we've tested. Flight instruments, we are heading 134, and we have QNH 1014, showing about 100 feet. So that's all check. And fuel control switches are cut off. That's pre-flight checklist complete. Before takeoff shouldn't be next. I don't know what's happened here. Before start checklist, here we go. Passenger sign to on. MCP is 142058, runway heading and 6,000. Takeoff speeds 130, 132, 142. CD pre-flight is completed, we have the green light. Taxi and takeoff briefing, it'll be taxi 06 right for departure. And it'll be departing on the departure that we've just spoken about, climbing 6,000 feet initially, then up to 430. Briefing complete. Beacon light can come on as well, because we've just started the APU. Fantastic. If we click systems here, then we should get that And yeah, here we go. So RPM of the APUs at 102.1%, which means it's available. So we can go ahead now and switch off the external power. We'll go ahead now and pressurize as well. I'm actually not too sure what the hydraulic flow is in the 787, so if I'm being completely honest with you all, I just turn them all on and hope for the best. Wonderful, so we're all done there, so we can close the doors, get rid of the wheel choke and external power, and we will go ahead and call for pushback and departure. Fantastic. So you can see here, this is an interesting thing. This is on many aircraft actually. The hydraulics actually don't pressurize until you either turn the hydraulics on or start the engines. So you can see here our center hydraulic pump, valve, whatever you'd like to call it, is green, which means obviously that has hydraulic pressure. However, the left and right hydraulics and the electrical hydraulics don't seem to have power at the moment, and that's why you see them all orange. Same with the fuel tanks. The fuel tanks, even though we have the fuel pumps on, they still haven't pressurized yet or turned on. So yeah, it's quite interesting that the engines or hydraulic pumps are kind of the key to most of the systems coming alive in the aircraft, which I think is quite cool. Everything down here is good, so we can put that to XPDR, go over to Unicom, and we'll go ahead and call them and let them know that we're pushing back from our stand. Fantastic, so we will want nose left. Let's go. So, Palma traffic, Tomjet 9 Lima Mike, push and start, stand 1-2. Wonderful, so, let's go. Use the brakes. Start the clock.
06 left.
And all that looks good, so let's go back to Bristol. So we'll go ahead now and we'll put the ND back on the second screen here, and we'll go ahead now and monitor the engines for our engine start. So, although you can start both engines in this aircraft, I tend to just start one at a time. So we'll go ahead and put number 2 to start. We've got N2 there, there's N1, so we'll introduce fuel. And we'll watch that start up as we push back. I will turn the sim volumes up, guys, as we get close to the runway, but for now, we don't need them to be too loud. As we push back on the way to Bristol. I should have said this earlier, but flight time today is not long at all. It's 2 hours and 3 minutes. Obviously, I won't be here for the whole time, so we'll take off. We'll get to about 10,000 feet. I'll then give you some cinematic views, and then you'll join me on descent into Bristol. Alright, so that should be all good, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it, actually, the landing into Bristol. Haven't landed in P3D into Bristol yet. I've only taken off out there once, and that was obviously for this flight. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Should be good fun. Okay, let's start number 1. So we've got N2. Waiting for M1. We should get M1. Anyway, there's 22%, so we can introduce fuel. EGT, and there's M1. Fantastic. Park and brake set. Yep. Cool. Fantastic. Now we're just waiting for the engine to start. We can cancel the recall because it's just telling us about TCAS, and we know that that's off, so that's no problem at all. Trim's 4.25 units today. Let's just have a look quickly at the figures. So we are doing a T-rate 1 today. M1 is just about 90%. We can do climb 1 as well, that's fine. Flaps 5, 130, 132, 142. Takeoff weight today, takeoff gross weight, sorry, about 168 tons, which is cool. Right, we seem to have 2 good engines there, so we can go flap 5 now. There we go, flap 5, not 15. We'll watch them extend. And we will go ahead and get taxi to 06 right. So we'll release the brakes. We can see there we've got APU cooling down, which is good. Right, let's do our that's the correct checklist for taxi. Anti-ice not required. Recall is just that. Flight controls. Full up. Full down. Full left. Full right. Rudder left and rudder right. Oh, why are we moving? Interesting. That was very quick. I haven't got any thrust input either. That was strange. Also, we shouldn't be moving now because we had GSX there. Anyway, so they're checked. Ground equipment is now cleared, so that's fine. Fantastic. So we can now put that back to ND and we'll get taxied out. Cool thing about the 787 as well is if you zoom in, you get the ground, which I think is quite cool. To put our taxi lights on as well, they should be on. Fantastic. Off we go. Look at that. Isn't she a beauty? Living the dream is the aircraft we're flying today. Living the dream, indeed we are. So we'll just taxi straight ahead and we'll take north down. I think it's north. I think that's the taxiway. Then it'll be a right turn, then it's all the way to the end. And then we will go ahead and take it off. One thing I will say about the QualityWings is no matter how heavy I am, no matter where I am, no matter how long the flight, I always seem to build up quite a bit of speed, even with no power. But maybe that's true to life with the 787, I don't know, because I don't fly it in the real world. Fun fact as well, I've never actually been on the 787. Love to go on it one day though. Be awesome. Slow down a little bit here, we are a little bit quick. There's one of the departures out of Palma. There you go. Don't know what all these kind of barriers are. Bit weird, but maybe that's just the cloud layers, I don't know. Right, we are a bit fast into this corner. So
Palma De Mallorca traffic,
he's loud, oh
touristic 27 November Mike is now on downwind for
Very
ILS
loud,
06
wow.
left. Palma De Mallorca traffic.
Cool, so nice and slow for the corner. Oh yeah, sorry, this is the link. Yeah, of course it is. This is the link taxiway.
Palma traffic, top Swiss 96 Lima.
Always busy in Palma. Always busy. It's one thing I've noticed about Palma on VATSIM. It's busy in real life when I've been here as well, but yeah, really busy on the VATSIM network. And honestly, I will say, I think it's VAT Spain that covers it. There's never ever ATC here. Obviously there is sometimes, but the majority of the time there's no ATC, and there is always traffic here. So I don't know whether it's just not a popular place to control or what, but there's always traffic and there's hardly ever ATC. That's just one thing I've observed from flying here since I bought this MK Studios scenery. Quite a while back actually. Great scenery by MK Studios. They nail it every time in P3D, to be honest. Obviously I only have their products in P3D, but yeah, every single product I have of theirs is fantastic, top tier. I have their Dublin scenery, their Lisbon scenery, their Palma scenery, just to name a few, and they're all great sceneries. Cool. Right, so now we're turning on to south, but clear right, sorry, clear left and clear right. So I'll make this turn here. Slow down a bit, we are a bit quick into that corner. Fantastic. We are using the Volanta today. I use Volanta for all of my P3D flights. If you ever wanted to add me on there, all the details will be in the description. But it's DHS, so capital DHS and then Simulations. So yeah, please do add me on there. I'll add all new friends, and you can see what flight I'm doing and where I am in the world. So yeah, don't be afraid to do that. Also, make sure you like the video, it does help me out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Comment what flight you want to see next. I'm going to try and do more flight videos because I'm always flying but hardly ever record it. So yeah, let me know what you want to see. And yeah, just any overall comments, feedback's appreciated. I'm not fantastic at these videos. I need to learn the profession, I guess, because there are some YouTubers out there who do this a lot and they're very good. I'm not one of them, but I'll do my best. Anyway, on other notes, we're nearly at the runway 06 right here at Palma, so I don't think we should waste any time. I think we should get going to Bristol. Let's get our main landing gear on, let's get the TCAS over there, and let's get the sounds up of the sim. Fantastic, and let's get underway, I think.
Palma De Mallorca traffic, touristic 27 November Mike, turning into the base for ILS 06 left. Palma De Mallorca traffic.
We will take full length, but we don't need it, but we will. Jet 2 Holidays over there, very nice. Isn't she beautiful? There she is. The 2E787. Gorgeous. Cool. So let's make this turn here. And then off we go to Bristol. Palma traffic, Tom 9 Lima Mike, taking off 06 right, Palma. Okay, let's go. Let's get all of our lights on now. All that looks good up there. Logo lights not required because it's daylight. We've got flaps. We did do our before takeoff checklist, didn't we? I know why that's not working. Anyway, let's go. Cool. So rolling takeoff. So we'll drop the nose. I'll go 40%. And we'll go ahead and hit toga. Thrust ref, toga. LNAV and VNAV. Thrust is set. Indications normal, 80 knots. Thrust hold, release the yoke. Storming out of Palma. V1, rotate. No room needed at all. Positive rate of climb, gear up. And onto LNAV. So just follow the flight directors. Need a bit of trim here, tell me out.
Traffic, touristic.
VNAV is on, so autopilot in.
Final approach, 06 left, 10 miles out.
There's no HC online, so we can go all the way up now to 43,000. So 301 cruise apps, that's exactly what we're doing. Get them off. Go 220 on the speed. It's got a speed restriction on this departure, but we don't need to abide by it because there's no ATC. I know there isn't any speed restrictions, never mind that. Wait, maybe there is. Yeah, no, I don't know why that was there actually. We can continue climb airplane. Flaps 1. And look at these visuals. Very nice. Goodbye, Palma. And flaps up. Don't know why we're not climbing. We're just leveled out. Let's do flight level change for now. Get us up some altitude. Don't need the landing light anymore, so we can turn them off as well. Make sure the cabin crew are still seated. Yeah, there we go. And we're cleared now to a flight level 430, so standard. That's set 3 times. Fantastic. And there we are. Off on our way.
Palma traffic, touristic.
And into the Merc we go.
Final 06 left, 2 miles.
Into the Merc. Turn the sim down just a bit. Let's get some cinematic views on this departure. It is quite a nice departure out of Palma, this one actually. I did this departure, but it was, I think I did anyway, in real life, but it was night time, so didn't see as much. I remember turning left after departure from 06 right, and we were heading to Liverpool, so I'm guessing it was about the same. Bit of a different routing today actually. We're heading kind of, didn't we do that? Kind of to the west of France and then making a right turn. That's what the real world one did again. So copying the real world as close as we can in our desktop simulators as always. Fantastic. I'm going to book 250 now on the speeds. Oh look, there's goods. Fantastic. So yeah, just struggling a bit here with the departure, but that's fine. What we can do is we can do a direct in there too. Just help the aircraft out with the LNAV. You can see there, that's just going to make it a bit easier for the aircraft, because now it can start to level itself out and we can continue on the routing. Fantastic.
Palma traffic, touristic 27 Mike, vacated 06 left.
But doesn't that look good? Doesn't it just? Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that, with the weathering on the aircraft, really nice, really good livery. Golf Tango Uniform India Alpha, out of Palma. Absolutely spectacular. Really nice, really nice. And there's 10,000 feet. So we can now go into, what's happened there? I'm not going to risk that because it's going to do something to me. Yep, thought so. So we're just going to keep 250. And that is perfectly fine as we continue down to Bristol. Fantastic. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. On our way out, there's a weather refresh, I think, or an autosave, one of the two. There we go. Right, guys, I am going now to going to start actually editing the beginning of this video. Thank you very much for watching so far. I'm going to leave you now with some music, some nice cinematic views, and I'll see you on the descent into Bristol. See you very soon, and enjoy the rest of the video. Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back for our landing into Bristol. Hope you enjoyed the cinematics there. We are just currently on descent now into Bristol, giving ourselves some delay vectors. I say delay vectors, just basically making the approach a bit nicer to fly. We are currently passing about 12,000 feet on the way down into Bristol. We're landing 27 at Bristol because of the winds. It's just a better runway to land on. It's what they're using in real life as well. We've been flying for about an hour and 45 minutes. All is doing good. What we're going to do now is get some landing performance in, and we will get ready to go. So I'm going to get Volanta up. We are 1021 is the QNH. Actually, we'll do the winds first. So the winds are 270 at 7 knots. Outside air temperature is 11 degrees and the QNH is 1021. and we can go ahead and calculate that. So autobrake 4 is landing distance available 6.5, autobrake 4 6. Okay, so it's telling me I'm not going to be able to land with max autobrake with 4, but I think we'll be fine. So it'll be flap for we can actually, yeah, so if we do this, it'll be 30. Them speeds correct. Add 5, it's giving us 141. Yeah, that's correct. Fantastic. Okay, so there's 10,000 feet. We've cleared ourselves to, we'll say 4,000 feet. So we'll go ahead now and set the QNH 1021. And we'll also now get that descent going a bit. Just so we can get down as soon as we can. But yeah, hope you enjoyed them cinematics, guys. This will be an interesting landing. For those of you flying the UK, or for those of you that live anywhere in the UK, if you're a flight simmer, you'll know about Bristol Airport. It's known for its wind, and it's obviously short runway. However, it is a busy airport. It has long hauls to Mexico, all them kind of places from TUI there. Maxes, 320s, 321s, 737s, you name it, Bristol has it. So it's good fun. You can fly almost anything into here, and you're bound to have a good time. And we will for sure have a good time with this, because yeah, never landed into Bristol, so I'm interested to see how I handle it. But all should be good. So we're going to book 240 now, just so that's in there. Speed's fine for now, I'm not worried about it. We'll just say we've been given high speed by ATC. I don't want it to go much higher than that, but if it does, it's not a big issue. We'll get the sim volumes turned up in a second. In fact, I'll do that now. Just up a little bit, and we'll turn them up a bit more for landing. But we will get a bit of speed break out now, I think, just to help us slow down. Fantastic. So we're just using our green arc here, and that's going to tell us when we're going to reach the altitude, approximately. So it's telling us we're going to reach 4,000 feet about there. That's fine, because we're going to come in at about a 15 mile range from the runway. So that works out fine for me. I'm happy with that. Very happy indeed. So yeah, I'm not going to listen to these because I don't think they're correct. Autobrake 4 max reverse should be plenty, but I mean, I guess we'll see. I guess we will see. I am also going to take terrain on my side for this, just because it is quite mountainous. Well, I say mountainous, there's a few hills around the airport, so I'm just going to bear that in mind. We can shallow that out as well. Capture altitude I think is here is 3,000 feet, so that's okay. Above the MSA. I'm visual with the terrain anyway, in case anything goes wrong. So that's all good. Same with 9,000 feet low, I don't believe that, but whatever. Cool, speed is back at 240, I'm happy with all that. We're looking good. As long as we give ourselves about 10 miles, we should be fine. 15 would be preferable, but we're a little bit lower than profile than I would have liked, so we don't need to worry about that as much. Get some lights on, and we'll just let Bristol traffic know that we're inbound. Bristol traffic, Tomjet 98 Lima Mike, descending through 5,000 feet for ILS 27 Bristol. Cool. Yeah, we should be fine here. We're making good progress down now. So we'll start to make our would it be downwind leg? I think it's the downwind leg towards the ILS shortly. Speed's fine, I'm happy with it, nothing to complain about on that front. So we got about 6.7 tons of fuel, that's enough for our diversion to Manchester if we need it. It's also enough for a go around if we need it as well, so I'm not worried about that. It's 12 degrees outside at 5,000 feet, so you can see we are nearly in summer now. Don't forget as well, this sim is pulling weather from the time at Bristol. It's currently about 17 minutes past 11 at night in Bristol, so yeah, you can see temperatures are definitely rising here in the UK. Anyway, there's 5,000 feet, so I'm going to start slowing down now for some flap. So we're going to book a flap up speed, which is about 217 knots. Going to be really nice with the descent rate now. And we're going to start giving ourselves a downwind leg. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I think it's downwind, but I might be wrong. I think the next vector will be a downwind leg. Or maybe it'd be crosswind leg. Yeah, no, because downwind is, yeah, this is a crosswind leg, I believe. Crosswind. Crosswind. Cool. Altitude is really great, so we're going to start giving ourselves that vector now. All the way around. Give ourselves a heading of about that. Should be good to intercept. There's one to go. We've booked the flap up speed, so speed checks, flap 1. Start getting some flap out to help us with some drag. Lovely. Cool. Continue to 3,000 feet, 500 feet a minute. And there we go, we're going to give ourselves about 10 miles. Fantastic. Really nice. $215 on the speed is good. On the speed brakes as well. Oh, let me do that. Oh, what have I just done? There we go, speed brakes armed. Right, let's do a checklist. Approach checklist, altimeter is 1021, set 3 times. Landing checklist is next. Okay, so we're descending, we're below the glides. Minima is set. And we're looking good. We are probably a little bit fast, but I can fix that. That's no worries. All is good. Up there, seatbelts on. Holding in the cabin. Make sure the cabin crew know to take their seats now for landing. Yeah, we're looking all good. Happy with this actually. All is going well. Just gonna keep going how we are for now. No need to change anything. If we can zoom in on this side actually, just so we can see a bit more of what we're doing on a wider scale. So you can see there's the runway there. There's the Mr. Approach looks a bit interesting. I think it's actually the hold, the Mr. Approach hold. So it'll be in, then it'll be a vector with a left turn, and then it'll be the ILS. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to program a direct like that, and you'll see it's going to draw a dashed line. If I press LNAV now, it will go direct to that waypoint, but I'm going to leave it just in case I need help with a heading. So if I execute that, see it's going to go now to a pink line. So if I click LNAV, that will take me to that waypoint. But you can see I'm in heading select, so it won't do it. But I've just pre-armed that just in case. Right, we're 12 miles now. All is good. I'm happy. We are coming up now to a stage where we're going to need to give ourselves some headings. But I'm happy with the speeds, that's all fine. So, going to wait till a little bit closer. We're a little bit far out now. A little bit of a ways away. Do a few more miles. And just give ourselves a nice intercept heading. Don't want to be intercepting at 90 degrees, a little bit tight for the aircraft. Usually want it a bit less than that. I usually like a 35-degree intercept, but it can be steeper. Right, there's out. Start giving ourselves a left turn now towards that waypoint, just to intercept. About 10 miles now, so I'm going to book flat 1 speeds, which is about 191 knots. There's 3,000 feet, so that's going to help with the speed reduction as well, because we're leveling off the aircraft. I'm going to arm localize, well, I'm going to arm oh no, I didn't want to do that. I'm going to arm localizer now, so that as soon as that pulls through, we'll capture it. Good. We're booking flat 1, so we can go flat 5. I believe that's how it works in Boeing. Glide slope's coming down, so we'll have to get the localizer soon. Right, I'm going to continue to bring at that speed. 160 now till 4. See if we get this. It'd be lovely if we get a CDA, but that glide's coming thick and fast. Approach. Glide slope armed. We might miss it here. I'm not going to need that localizer right now. Okay, let's just help the aircraft out here. I don't want to miss that glide. Okay, flap 10. Gear down, flap 15. Right, localizer glide slope, 4,000 feet. Let's get the lights on. Right, let's bug. So it's 141 for the minimum approach. Just gonna slow ourselves down nice and early, guys, for this approach. Right, flap 30. Fantastic, and there we are, establishing the localizer and the glide slope. So, let me turn up the sim volumes, enjoy the landing, and wish me luck. Cool. Hopefully that's not too loud. Okay, fantastic. So, I'm visual with the pappies, not yet visual with the runway though, so I'm not going to take control just yet. Bristol traffic, Tomjet 9 Lima Mike, landing runway 27 Bristol. Okay, let's do it. So you can see there's the runway. It's got land 3 armed, 3.5 miles. Missed approaches armed as well, fantastic. Roll out and flare arm, so we could do an auto land if we needed to, but we don't need to because I am now just about visual. I'm going to leave the autopilot in just a bit longer, just for my sanity, and also to make sure I don't, you know, mess up the glide path, because what's the point when the aircraft can do it much better than me. It's interesting that in real life we're landing 27 as well, but we have a tailwind at the moment, so I'm actually going to reduce, take a few knots off. Okay, right, let's go. Flight directors off and my aircraft. I have control. Right, here we go. First landing into Bristol, wish me luck. I'm gonna try not to float it much and just get it down. Stabilized. We are below minimum and I'm saying continue. 400. A little bit high.
200.
Keep it coming down, keep it coming down, keep descending.
100. 50.
Ice to the end of the runway.
20. 10.
Don't want to flare too much here, get down. There it is, max reverse now. So speed brakes up, reverse is green. 60 knots, cancel the auto brake and the reverse. Yeah, plenty of room. Don't know what the tablet's talking about, but we had plenty of room to spare there. Fantastic. Guys, welcome to Bristol. That was awesome. Hope you enjoyed that. Start the APU. Why are we stopped on the runway? Okay, let's continue to get off the runway here, just in case of any other traffic. Fantastic. Absolutely awesome. Auto brake can go to off now. My vacate all the way at the end. 2 hours on the dot of flight time. Absolutely fantastic. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed that. I know I did. It was fantastic. Cool, and off we go off to the runway. So landing lights off. Strobe goes off now as well. APU's firing up, and we can confirm that on the stats page. Yes, it's firing up. Lovely. Bristol traffic, Tomjet 9 Lima Mike, clear of runway 27, Bristol. Awesome. Now, I will say this, I'm going to turn the sim down just so you guys can hear me a bit better. The UK 2000 Bristol scenery doesn't have stand 26 in the GSX profile. Stand 26 is what this aircraft used in real life, but we'll just use stand 25 because that's the only option we have. It's saying 0 suitable, but it's fine. So 2.5 is what we're going to want, and we don't want to follow my car. Weather goes off. Fantastic. APU should be near enough available now, which it is. Fantastic. What we can actually do as well is we can kill engine 1 now. Don't need that because we'd only need outside thrust for a left turn, which we'll have. There's that engine shutting down. Obviously you need much more right rudder now to keep the aircraft going in a straight direction, because of course it's now almost differential thrust, because on one side we're not producing any power to the aircraft, and on the other side of course we are. And also another thing, I don't know why it's given us EasyJet stairs. It did this to me on the way out as well, but we'll have to just deal with it. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed that. That was absolutely fantastic. Something different. I thought about this rotation pretty late actually. I'm quite tired now, but that was so worth it. Thank you guys for joining me on that one. Have a little bit of a debrief when we don't understand, but yeah, welcome down to Bristol. Cool, so we're stand 2.5, this will do us. 2.6 would have been nice, but beggars can't be choosers. There's 2.6 there, but it is what it is. Here we are, stand number 2.5. Let's go outside, help ourselves park. Onto the line, Dylan, come on. And that'll do us there. A little bit to the right of the line, but that's no worries. Set the parking brake. Cut the right engine. Stop the block. Fuel pumps. Hydraulics. Beacon. And seat belts. We'll now connect the external power on the wheel chocks. We'll release the parking brake. And we will switch over to external power. Absolutely fantastic. Unlock the cockpit door as well. Guys, welcome to Bristol. There we have it. We have arrived. Let's go ahead now and pull over our Volanta and have a look at what the flight is telling us, so we can review that now. So there's the routing down from Palma. Oh lovely, a 166. You can see them vectors work quite well actually. So it was a 166, landed. How was the, yeah, so just past 1,000 footers, well inside the touchdown zone, and we stopped nice and early. Absolutely fantastic. I will take that. Quite happy indeed. Awesome. Well guys, that is going to go ahead and do it for this video. I thoroughly hope, that you enjoyed this. Once again, let me know in the comments if you have any other flight suggestions you'd like me to do on the channel, and I'll do my absolute utmost best. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for all the support. Thank you for sticking with me. I'm sorry I haven't been active recently. I'll do my utmost to change that in the near future. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for your continued support, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye guys.